guys, and welcome! My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder Curse of the Crimson Throne, our Pathfinder 1st Edition adventure that has been converted to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which is now, as of today, Pathfinder Remastered. That's right, it's gone and been updated. We did the thing, we hit the button, and now we're updated. Or at least we are now that I've had some time to shift some stuff around. But anyway, hi, how are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so excited to be here and share this game with you as well as my lovely Patreons. Look at these guys. How aren't they amazing? Guys, say hello to the people in chat.
Hello.
Hello. It's so good to see you all.
Hello.
Now, why did... I know. Why did that not change, though?
I was about to say, Merc's looking a little different today.
I'm feeling a little different today, you know.
Man, level 9, huh?
Yeah, it's very weird. I literally just changed it. I don't know why I didn't bounce back, but there you go. Maybe I need to hold on. There we go. There's a big save button right there. There it is. All right, there we go. Anyway, guys, welcome in. For those of you who don't know what we're doing here, we're playing a tabletop role-playing game, a game in which I, the role-playing game master, take on the role of the story, the people that we encounter, and the plot, while my players take on the roles of the protagonists as they go through a whirlwind adventure set in the lands of Galarian of Pathfinder. Now, if you have any questions about the game, the rules, or anything like that, please don't hesitate to ask in chat. We are a very interactive chat, and we do love, not only playing the game with our players, but also teaching how we go around doing things. Guys, thank you so much for the hype train. Okay, real quick, before we get started, we also like to reward anyone who donates and plays with us with their channel points, with their donations, with their bits and bobs and all that other stuff. So today, as we level up in the levels of hype train, what I am going to give you is I'm going to give you, I like this. Okay, so I'm going to give each and every one of you a hunter's friend, okay? Now, hunter's friend is a very, very specific type of bait, which can be used in one of two ways. Either A, it can be used raw, and it is a delicious attractant that will lure any beast-like creature towards the location of it. Alternatively, you could burn it, and it pushes away predators from the location of where this object has been burnt. Every level that we go up will increase the CR, or increase the strength of the creature your bait will affect. So everyone will get one dose of the bait, and level 3 means that right now, if we get through level 3, we will hit 6 CR of creature that'll be affected by this bait. Sound good? Good. Excellent. There you go. Ta-da! So thank you guys for all the bits, for all the donations, and for getting us into the level 3 hype train. Big love. Okay. Let's whiz past this because we're a little bit behind. So, first of all, before we kick off, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. These are the lovely people that help us keep the lights on and continue to produce all of these cool and amazing shows. We start off with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you can see on screen here. By getting a Hero Forge subscription, you're able to use the amazing 3D model making program that they have in order to make tokens for VTTs, as well as do some very cool and robust things like I do for my players who do not wish to be on camera. These models will also speak when they speak, and it looks really cool. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Woo, there we go. All right. So that way no one ever misses out and is confused about who is saying what and what is doing what. In addition, guys, Hero Forge is a 3D model making program, and it also offers a printing service. And if you get in now, you will beat the Christmas rush, well, depending on where you are, as you can bring to life your own models and your own adventurers and have them shipped to you in either premium plastic or color plastic. Sure, there you go. Where you go. What level do you have to make so you don't have to choose the bait? That would be level 10, because by that stage, it is going to affect level 20 CR creatures, and yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, if it hits level 10, it just works on everything. All right. Next up, of course, we have none other than Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice. As you can see behind me, we have beautiful maps, lovely and amazing dice rollings, and it lets me look cool because it has all the rules sorted out, so I didn't have to worry about it. Then, of course, we have none other than Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects that we have during the course of the game, which include sound effects such as the sound effect of what's this? The sound effect of a nope, we've done that one. A demon speech. Ooh, spoopy. Let me try that again. Ooh, dang. Creepy. But yes, all these and more are available in Sirenscape, which helps you elevate your game. So yeah, consider subscribing to Sirenscape and opening up your game to a soundboard filled with amazing, interesting, and incredible sounds that will help bring to life your games as well. Oh, you didn't hear it? That's okay. We'll have more stuff. Don't worry about it. Actually, I was going to put my volume up a teeny bit as well. There we go.
Yeah, it was a tad on the low side.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that should fix it. Don't worry, we've got it. All right. Now, our players, behold, look at them. Aren't they amazing? Let's start introducing the players and the characters. First of all, we have none other than Twiff playing the role of Pedrick, a gunslinger who was trying to be an arcanist who eventually was framed for murder and excommunicated from the School of Magic and is now trying to make his life as a gunslinging hero in the town of Korvosa. However, now having left Korvosa, he must try and forge his way through the hinterlands of Varisia along with his fellow companions. Allow me to introduce again, Twiff! Yay!
Hello.
Next up, of course, playing Holly, a former debutante from the Fey courts who was arranged to be married to a person that she was not in love with and instead decided to follow her dreams and head to the city in order to try and be a hero like the one she had read in legend, only to find out that being a hero actually takes a little bit more than simply following fairy tales. So in turn, she ended up having to sacrifice her own morality in order to sign a contract and become a cleric of Asmodeus in order to save a orphanage of, orphans, from a very virile and deadly disease that was running rampant. Now, having unintentionally and accidentally freed some of the demons of sin upon the city, Holly works hard and tirelessly to use her power with great responsibility. This wonderful character is played by our dear friend and amazing role player, Malakisa.
Hello.
Next up on our list is Quinn. Quinn, an investigator and altogether gumshoe of the city of Korvosa, who has made themselves integrated into many different facets and many different levels of the people of the city, and also has made friends with one Venkalo Osiriani, who is with our group currently. Venkalo, an old swords master, has offered Quinn the opportunity to become the city's savior on her return to the city, through the guise of the vigilante known as Blackjack. As the next aspiring Blackjack, she is going to try her best in order to try and be worthy of the title, but only after she has returned from the Cinderlands with help against the evil queen. Our wonderful Quinn is played by Aya Janasi.
Hello.
Hello. Next, we have playing the role of Dante, a forested kitsune who had come to the city in order to try and avenge the death of his friend who had overdosed due to the horrible drug trade that was occurring in the city. The state of the city itself being so impoverished, Dante felt responsible for helping clean up the place that his friend has loved and has worked tirelessly with the group around him in order to do so. Dante is none other than being played by our dear friend Rykon.
Hello.
Hello. Then we have, of course, Agnes, a woman who has given up a life of travel in order to settle down and raise her daughter in the city. However, with things becoming more and more dire in the city, she has dipped back into her powers as a Varisian psychic in order to try and do her best to create a city that is going to be safe, secure, and happy for her daughter to live in. Agnes also has a bit of a flame with a fisherman on the docks and has been working hard to try and balance the life of a hero and the life of someone who is in love. This very, very cool character is played by a very cool player, Laura Bones!
Hello. I think work-balance lifestyle in the real world's hard.
I know. Yeah, try to do it in your fantasies too. I mean, that's why it's a make-believe game. All right, so last but certainly not least, playing the role of the undead champion, a skeleton who has very few memories that they know are their own, memories that are scattered and broken into tiny pieces, but all retain the knowledge that he is truly a knight of Iomade, this champion who is trying to avenge themselves, I guess, and learn the real truth of their history is none other than Mercutio, played by the wonderful and amazing Marcus, the GM.
Oh, yes.
All right. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our cadre of champions heading out into the wilderness. Now, before we get started, there is one last person we'd like to thank, and that is, of course, you guys in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us your time and being a part of this show. There are a number of ways that we thank you, and the biggest is to invite you behind the GM screen to influence the game as we're playing. First of all, just by hanging around on the chat, you earn channel points, which you can use for the channel point rewards. These rewards are a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Feel free to explore them. Things like, giving insight bonuses to help my players get insight onto a particular situation, divine intervention, forcing rerolls, divine healing, a whole bunch of cool stuff there. Go check them out. It's very, very fun. Alternatively, if you have some disposable income and you want to help your old Daggerino eat solid food, there are a number of things you can get for monetary donations, such as for $5, you can award a hero point to my players, which are these red marks, or a jinx point to me, which are these purple marks. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. For jinx points, I can make an encounter more difficult, roll with advantage for myself, or counter hero points. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of your choice, either a heroic action deck providing a special free heroic action to a player of your choice, or a plot twist card where I will draw a random plot twist and try and incorporate it into the session, pretty much as quickly as I can possibly do so. Then, of course, for $20, you can give someone the coveted Golden 20, which is a natural 20, because why roll one when you can have one? For $50, you can create a magic item or provide a magic item to a player of your choice, or you can work towards the set items that they are working on. Right now, I believe, who does not have a set item yet? I think, Holly, you've just gotten the Jeff set. Is that correct?
I think I'm missing pants from that set.
Yep, you're missing pants from that set. Does anyone else have set items?
Do not have
I
any
do,
set
but
items.
also you keep mistaking Holly for.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Kyrie.
Well, look. Okay, what's Holly's set? Holly's set. Oh no, that's the Shadow of Anko set. Okay, so yes, Holly's got the Shadow set, and Merc has some pieces.
The Last Crusader.
Yes, has some pieces of the Last Crusader, but everyone else is open games for what it is.
I was supposed to have one, but we never figured it out.
Yes, we do need to keep figuring it out. All right. Let's see. For $50, yes, either you can provide a magic item to a player, or you can boost a boss. Lastly, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item is a $100 reward that does some pretty amazing stuff and influences the game in a massive, massive way. Now, for this $100 secret menu item for today, we are going to provide you the opportunity to, we're going to give all of our members of our group a unique riding companion. Now, the next portion of the game involves a lot of travel, and as such, the group is going to be going to a stable in order to try and acquire various horses and the like. With the $100 magic item, you will open and unlock magic creature mounts for our players. So yeah, consider that. That'll be a bunch of fun stuff there. I'm going to be right back because I've just got the door. But in the meantime,
You're all good.
Guys, if you guys could handle the recap for what is happening in the adventure, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, take it away. All right.
Oh no, what's happening?
I wasn't here last week, so that's on you guys.
Okay, so
Nobody was here last week. We had it was an
Oh,
off
yeah.
week.
I wasn't here the week
Yeah,
before last.
All right. So in the last session, we attempted to fight the fox woman, and she locked herself in the room with Quinn. And Merc failed to open a
think we
door
should-
4 times.
Yeah, we shared a moment, she and I.
Yeah, Merc
Ah,
failed
yes,
to
it was the
open a door
great
4
battle
times.
of the door. He'll go down in
The s-
history.
The strongest rival for Merc. Then we
But
went.
she surrendered the bracelet, which was the control, or the armlet, which controlled the djinn who had asked us to get this bracelet so that she could be free, promising to go to another plane, and she would grant us a wish. And we wished to be free of the dungeon along with the captives.
She accepted that only if everybody kneeled. Merc did not kneel, and she basically went, "Oh, I like you. I'm gonna have fun with you later," and poofed everyone away safely.
Yes.
So Merc's armor is scorched. He's scared.
And we effectively skipped the back half of the last chapter.
Oh, and McBluff is right. We found 5,000 platinum in the royal chamber and killed the queen.
We do have 7,000 gold, so we do effectively have like 700 plat equivalent.
But although, and I also made a joke when Michael described how tall she was and that she was muscular. I made the joke, well, I think I might change sides.
So the question, though, for this session, we're all going to get horses. Do we know how to ride them?
Um,
I mean, even if we don't, at least Dante can keep them calm.
if they're
That's
war
good.
horses, I would like to probably argue with Dag that my warfare lore would count for that, but otherwise, if they are just regular horses, probably not. I'll probably be too heavy.
I wonder if you'd
we would
spook them,
probably
too.
have to get a war horse for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
It would have to
Patrick-
be a war horse because it would have to be a horse thick enough to carry my fat ass.
Patrick's a city boy. He grew, he's like, growing up in New York and never getting your driver's license. I don't know if he knows how to ride a horse.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Take taxi.
We've
Korvosa Uber.
wandered far afield, Michael.
Have you? Did we actually recap though? That's the important bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
we did
we
recap.
did.
Okay, good.
And
Well,
then,
I don't know,
then we
ask
got
the chat
distracted
if
by
they-
horses.
Ask the chat if they got anything useful out of all that.
Chad, did they do a good job on a scale of 1 to 10? You know, like, yeah, they recapped.
Apparently,
Oh,
Nick
good.
Bluff said we had 5,000 platinum.
Oh yeah.
We did miss out the important part about the dragon pieces that we have to collect.
Well, you don't have to collect the dragon pieces. All you need to know is that the queen is
You have to
collecting.
collect them all, Michael. You
Oh,
have to
Jesus.
collect them all.
And the queen is
I
collecting
mean-
dragon
Oh, now
pieces.
we're-
Yes, this was an important detail.
Mhm. And we shall reassemble them and have a pet dragon.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That is now
Just
the point
reassemble
of this
pieces and a dragon
campaign.
appears.
But it'll be like a jigsaw puzzle, and unless she glues them together, we can just,
Just infuriate them
idea.
the
It's an
entire
idea.
game.
All right. Well, I hope that was
This
helpful.
is how TPKs happen.
We're gonna get punished now.
I love you guys. All right. Anyway, with whatever useful information you guys have, our heroes are now leaving Korvosa behind. In the distance, the city itself, surrounded by a thick cloud that hangs an ominous omen. I just realized that's a shit word. Let me try that again. That hangs over the city like a bad omen. Traveling further away, Vincalo and Neolandus, the former seneschal of Castle Korvosa, take you to what looks to be a small ranch just on the outskirts of town. There you can see what looks to be a relatively well-to-do rancher. Dante, you know this individual. This particular individual is Jason Adriel. As you approach, he says,
"And here they are at last. Vincarlo, so good to see you, hale and hearty. And good day to your friends as well. Come, come. It's not getting any warmer outside. Come in. Dinner's almost ready."
He invites you warmly into what looks to be a small cottage.
Oh, this is lovely. Well, thank you very much. That smells
great.
delicious.
It's greatly appreciated.
All right. As you enter, the room is cozy and warm. The food is rabbit stew, boiled in some fresh mountain vegetables and herbs, and it is thickened with fresh cream. As he lays out several wooden bowls, Vincalo begins.
So, Vincarlo, what was so dire in Korvosa that you ended up on my stoop?
Oh, nothing really. Just my friend here needed to spend some time away from the hustle and bustle of city life. May I introduce Neolandus Calipopoulos?
Well, my home isn't exactly where you'd expect to find the Seneschal of Korvosa. But I wager that's the point, eh?
Now then, we must plot out our next step, and quickly. Neolandus, tell us what you have learned regarding this Kazavon situation.
Here's everything I know. After the Queen sent Red Mantis assassins after me when I confronted her regarding the King's death, I spent some time laying low with my friend Salvatore. During that period, before I ended up in the Arcona dungeon, I spent much of my time trying to piece together just what had turned Iliosa from a petulant queen to a scheming tyrant. I knew she had been, borrowing the treasury key to look through Korvosa's treasures. I'd been familiar with several old and obscure legends about the rooms below Castle Korvosa. Chambers, it was whispered, used to hide something of great power or terrible evil. Something called Midnight's Teeth, supposedly a sacred relic of great import to the Shoanti, who kept it somewhere inside the pyramid that now serves as Castle Korvosa's foundation. My research uncovered a chilling legend. Several hundred years ago, a blue dragon allied with Zon Kuthon brought the orcs of Belkzen to their knees, then turned them on Ustalav and Lastwall before he was finally defeated. His remains were scattered, but according to the legend, his essence remains in some of his body parts. I fear the fangs of Kosovon and Midnight's Teeth are one and the same. The description of the Queen's new crown is, on its own, disturbing, but in the light of my discovery, the implications are troubling indeed. Unfortunately, hard facts about Midnight's Teeth are few and far between. Korvosa's founders didn't think it important to preserve much in the ways of the Shoanti culture, yet the Shoanti have very strong oral traditions. If anyone might know more regarding Midnight's Teeth, it will be the historians of the Cinderlands clans. Unfortunately, relations between the Shoanti and Korvosa have never been ideal. I advise you to start with the Skon Kwa, the tribe of the Skol. They have been the most open to talks of peace. I once met an old shaman who was very level-headed and friendly, a man named Thousand Bones. I tried to arrange a meeting with him before I ended up in the twisted hands of the Arconas, but he had already left the city to return to a place in the Cinderlands called the Kalo Mounds. Go there, find Thousand Bones, and learn whatever you can about Midnight's Teeth. See if the Shoanti know how to fight against a power that grants our queen the ability to survive a mortal wound.
Now, you also recall Thousand Bones from your earlier expedition, as you had helped him in the city piece together his grandson, who was killed by mobs during the rioting, and his body was cut into pieces and spread about. You helped reassemble the pieces and return his body safely to the tribes. So Thousand Bones is aware of you and is, again, very friendly towards you. So you know that the Sun Qua, the Skull Clan of the Shoanti, will likely welcome you, at least as a friend.
Quick question. Last session, you said that Vencarlo mentioned a name, and that Merc remembered it from his time in Last Wall.
Yes. That was the hero who was said to have slain the dragon. Would you like the name again?
Yes.
Okay, one sec. Nope, not that one. Where is it? I might have to dig it out a little bit. Maybe this
Well,
one?
you do that. Merkel crosses arms and.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Its name was Mandravias. I will write it into chat.
I know the. Yeah, because I am not going to remember how to.
There you go.
Set.
And he was a member of the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye.
Where did you write it? Because I'm not seeing it anywhere.
It's in
the
Fantasy
chat
Grounds.
box in Fantasy Grounds.
Yep.
Oh.
Mandravis.
Mandravis, yeah, a member of the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye.
I know that dragon. That was the same dragon that was slain by Mandravis, was it not?
They kind of look at each other. Neil Landis responds, I unfortunately couldn't find much in the way of history surrounding the eventual slaying of Kazavorn. I mean, perhaps.
Sorry, it took me back. I feel like I was remembering something.
They look a little confused. Neither of them know that you're a skeleton.
Right.
And Kazavorn was defeated several hundred years ago.
Yeah, no. Forgive me. Maybe I read it somewhere.
Well, in which case, I think it's a good thing that you'll be traveling. If you have knowledge about what's to come, that might help push the Shoanti negotiations forward.
Right. Well, on our way there, I can inform the group of what I know, or what I can hopefully remember.
All right. At this point, Vencarlo speaks up again.
Well, that sounds simple enough, eh? I will remain with Neolandus and Jason. keep ourselves out of sight until the time to strike is nigh. So, are you ready to head for the Cinderlands in the morning?
Absolutely.
As ready as we're gonna get, I think.
As long as I get
We've
that
got
long
this.
rest.
All right. You will indeed get a long, full, and well-deserved rest.
That quick question. How do I
Yes.
get rid of my -5 wisdom? I don't know if it was drained, permanent, temporary, like
Okay,
how
yeah,
does
it was.
disappear?
Yeah, no, it was drained. Once you have your rest, it will go away.
Okay.
So anyone who has those lingering effects, they can now also be taken away. At this point, Jason says, "Well, listen here. If y'all need a place to stay, we have plenty of room out back in the barn. It ain't the most comfortable of places, but you know what? It's dry, it's warm, and lay down a couple of blankets, and you'll barely notice the prickly hay. But if you don't mind, I'm just gonna have a quick word here with my friends, just to kind of just have a quick wee chat here." He steps out. Yeah, he'll step out with Vencalo to speak. Now, as you guys are resting for the night, a lot is on your plate and a lot is on your mind in regards to where you go and what you need to do. During this period of time, we are going to very quickly thank our lovely donators who have donated to today's game. So let's see. We have from our dear friend Schooly Eye, the last piece of Holly's set, I believe. The next piece of Mercutio's set. The first plot twist. So let's get a plot twist here. Boom. The Black Mark is our plot twist for today. The Black
Not that
Mark.
again.
All right, we'll see what that does. 2 Jinx points, which is very kind. Thank you so much. Boop, boop. A hero point for Holly, Mercutio, and Dante.
Thank you.
All right. Holly, Mercutio, and Dante. All right, done and done. Okay. If I've forgotten anyone, please let me know. I may have forgotten it, but that's because the chat's moved past. Also, we got through a level 2 hype train, which means we have your bait that you all will get from Jason will affect level 4 up to level 4 creatures. All right. So, again, you continue around the table. You feel nurtured, warm, well-fed.
And just gonna, before you go too far past, OG Lava Kitten redeemed her wandering NPC.
A wandering NPC? Jeez, that's a thing. Okay, OG, create an NPC, and that NPC will wander into the scene. This NPC, will basically give us an idea. If you have an idea of the race and the class, fantastic. If you want them to be an ally, an enemy, or just a neutral party, throw that in there as well. If you have an intricate story for this character, you may throw that in. You will design this character, and I will make a Hero Forge mini for them. Not maybe right now. I mean, I'll kind of do it on the side while we're also talking and stuff. But I will make it, and this will now be a part of the game. So yeah, there you go. All right, OG, tell us what you want. Now, you guys have a chance to discuss your plans before you head out. The scene is yours.
Are we still in the house, or are we in the barn?
You are still in the house finishing dinner.
Okay, Merc's just gonna be sitting off to the side since he
can't eat.
You can sit at a table though.
Well, that's what I mean. He's still at the table. He's just
Yeah.
off.
So, looks like a long road ahead of us. We definitely want to make sure that we're well supplied before we go. Padraig's going to turn to Dante. I'm going to confess, I think we're going to have to rely a lot on you. I haven't really traveled much outside of the city, like at all, ever, anywhere. So I've got no idea what we're in for. And I really hope that you can give us the benefit of your expertise. I know you're, from out in this area.
I can do what I can. Most will at least need is sleeping, things to sleep on at least.
Oh, right, yes. Well, I have got like a couple of tents.
That's handy and convenient.
Do you think there's a bathtub?
Well, I just had a wee premonition that we might end up out here in the wilderness, so I went shopping and got prepared.
On the way in, Holly, you did notice that there was an outdoor bath. It's kind of surrounded by a small fence that has several like hedges that are kind of grown around it to give some privacy. The bath itself has water that comes from the nearby rain barrel water catchment thing that's just adjacent.
Is there a way to heat the water?
Yes, with fire.
Okay.
And
There's-
she so happens to have fire.
Yeah, there's a little section. So basically, what it is there's kind of like a brick, almost like a small oven that you heat up, and then it's inside that stone. The stone then heats up and then heats up the wooden bath that's there. So it's not a direct flame that ever makes contact with it, but it diffuses the heat, so it's not just gonna boil you.
I mean, that's what prestidigitation's for, heating stuff up, right?
Yep.
Like racks. Make
Oh, yeah,
that
I can
warm.
too.
Or the water, or a pound of the water itself, and then mix it in. It would take a while.
Yeah, no, a pound is just a pint. That's really not much in the bath.
No.
But I think we can probably get the stone heated up.
All right. You Yep, you get yourselves well fed. You run a bath, and I mean, I presume all of you want to clean up and freshen up at some point or another during the evening.
Yeah, probably would be a good idea.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh gosh, yes.
Anything else? Anything else you plan for the evening before you settle down to rest?
Agnes is like gonna go through all of the gear. She's just gonna double check like everything that she's got that she knew she'd planned, but we left like in a bit of a hurry. I mean, most of her gear was in her like sack of holding, but yeah, she's gonna sit down in the barn when they're all like in there and just lay everything out and do an inventory of like all the stuff that she's got and everything like that. See if they need anything else. Yeah, and then as she gets like, I don't know, through one of her bags, she's just gonna be like, oh, huh, I forgot all about this. She pulls out this little wooden train. Huh, I did say I'd do something about that.
Yeah, where did you pick that up?
Oh, yeah, remember that creepy toy man thing?
Right.
With all the weird toys in the shop.
You recall during the rioting, there were calls that vampires and the dead were being discarded during the plague in the middle of town. You discovered that there was a small contingent of these creepy undead creatures like lingering around. But more importantly, you had also discovered a toy maker who had been capturing souls of the misfortunate and, well, turning them into small baubles and the like. While many of you turned down his gift of these haunted and very awful looking toys, some of you did take them with you in hopes that one day you might be able to free the person captured within.
Dante has one that doesn't have one in it. It's just a weird-eyed Gripply.
All right.
Yours is like weird on the outside and normal on the inside. Mine's normal on the outside and weird on the inside.
I guess Merc will be he'll have his sword and shield out like on a piece of cloth or something as he's tending to them, checking them for any like chipping or damage, kind of going over it, not just checking it, but almost like religiously looking at it, like checking every little last piece of his gear.
Okay.
Like almost like he's doing a little ceremony with it. He's even got his symbol of Iomade out, and he's just mumbling to himself.
Yeah, well, for Padrig, I mean, he's going to do something on similar lines. You know, clean his gun, make sure everything's in working order. He's going to take a look at some of the things that he acquired, that you know, the new armor that he picked up, and get an understanding of how that works. I think this will probably be where he realizes that it actually grants him the ability to use a spell, and find a place to stash the kukri that he got, and also take a look through his formula books. Not having access to his lab and, you know, the philosopher's extractor that he's got at the apothecary shop. Just see if he's got the components and the time to whip up any alchemical bombs, since he's been without them for a while. Hasn't really had time to make anything.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Look, if you're going to be making things that explode, can you not be doing it inside the big wooden building full of little dry sticks?
I mean, I'll go out. Sure that there is a work shed that I can ask if I can borrow use of. And, you know, I'm not Holly. Come on.
Wow.
Hey now.
Give her a smile. No, I will be careful. You know, but you know, these do come in handy, so it's good to have a little extra.
It's nice to have a little extra oomph, indeed.
So I will leave it up to you as the DM as to what I've got the time and materials to make. As far as things I know how to make, what can I make? Salamander's elixir, which I think gives some fire resistance, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
I can make moderate frost vial, bottled lightning, alchemist fire, and acid flask. I do still have some dark vision and water breathing potions, so I don't need to make any of those.
Okay. I'm happy because it's because it is such a long journey. I am happy for whatever you think you would need. Let's say that you can make a total of like 3 reagents over the course of the evening.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Anyone else?
Holly's gonna spend time basking in the tub, and then spending a lot of time like drying her hair and brushing it, and yeah, she's doing all the primpy things.
All right, I love it.
Did anyone actually have something that was broken? I can't remember if someone actually did or not.
Something that was broken.
Yeah, I swear I thought someone like had something
Weapon or
break.
something. I'm remembering this
Oh,
too.
yeah, my sword. My sword was completely destroyed by the golem.
Completely destroyed or just broken?
It was like I can't remember how. When I got back from the death vision of Urgathoa's herald, my sword had a weird look to it.
Yep.
I think you said it was like broken and decayed.
It was. It still functions. It just appears broken and decayed.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not actually broken. Got it.
Okay.
I really don't like the look
Either
of
way.
this.
So.
Yeah.
You want to try and maybe have a look at it and see what you can find out, Dante?
I guess I'll try to, just for the fact that the way it looks. Because he would think it's broken in some way, would want to try and fix it.
Sure. As you take the what was your weapon? It was a longsword, right?
Yep.
As you take the longsword in hand and begin to examine it, you notice very, very quickly that this is something that has been touched by the divine, not something that is broken, but more an item that may possibly be cursed. Hello?
Oh, goody.
Yep, okay, yep, sorry.
Are you alright, Raikon? Or Dante?
Well, this might be potentially cursed.
Well, considering what happened to lead up to it looking like that, it doesn't even surprise me anymore. And Merc, because I don't think Merc even told anybody about the weird death vision up until this point. He'll relay all that information that when he died, he met Urgathoa's herald, and he somehow basically said exactly what she wanted to hear, even though he thought he was being defiant.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, apparently that's what happened.
Well,
You know, can we all agree to, like, before we run off and talk to evil gods and things, can we have a little group chat first?
Well, it's not like I wanted to. I was
Dying?
dead for a second time. Yeah. Yeah, he does the air quotes. I was dead. I honestly thought I was being defiant, but apparently that's what What is it with me and getting in trouble with women that like defiance?
Look, all I can say is that beings like that like to mess with your head. So
Yeah, mine's pretty easy to mess with. He knocks on his helmet.
what is important for any individual is to stick to what you believe is right. You've got an understanding of what's right and what's wrong. Anyone can twist anything anyway, but I think if you're striving to do what is good and to help people, then unless you think helping people is, hey, let's tear out the hearts of everyone and sacrifice them to some sort of demon who will then come and devour us and will live in their belly forever and enjoy, that's crossing a line. But generally speaking, I think you've been trying to go on the path of what is right, what is good, and I don't think that continuing to fight to uphold that is necessarily a sign of greed. Determination, stubbornness, maybe, yeah, sure, fine, but stubbornness is not a evil trait. It's just bullheadedness.
Oh, right. That somehow that reminds me. So when they were mentioning that dragon, and that I mentioned that name, Mandravis. Yeah, Mandravis. I remembered something.
Oh, are you going to tell us?
Well, Dag's ready to sing his hand, so
I am.
stopped.
I am. Because I know you literally just told this story to Dante, and we as a group have already just recapped it. Can we just? Are you going to tell the whole group?
Well, yes.
Okay, cool. We're gonna, because we only have 2 hours per session.
Okay.
We're gonna.
Well, no, I was gonna summarize.
We don't need to, because we've had the summary, then a re-summary. We don't need a third. But Holly is outside having a bath, so I'm going to say that Mercutio is not going to repeat it here. But wait for Holly to be ready as well. Right. Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm not going to leave poor Holly in a bathtub for the entire duration of today's game. So.
Thanks.
I mean, you might want that.
Maybe, but we'll come back to that. We'll come back to it. So, Holly, you are outside in the bath. The night air actually feels quite nice, cooling, while, of course, the bathtub is warming you from the bones. As you lay there, you contemplate all of the stuff that you've been through. The adventures in the city, the Asmodean temple, everything. How are you feeling during your soak? What's going through your mind?
Holly is feeling much better just by virtue of having a bath. She's a little concerned about what's going on and if she can actually face it. So she's got some doubts. She feels a little bit of regret that she doesn't feel regret about getting that guy to sign the contract for Asmodeus. If that makes sense. Like, she's not sorry and she feels like she's supposed to be sorry, and she's kind of wondering what's going on with her.
Sure. As you contemplate this, you hear footsteps coming from nearby. A voice calls out to you from the darkness. It's not threatening in any way, but the voice says,
"Hello? Is someone there?"
Holly kind of peeks her head up from the bath and, hello?
Hello. I know this might be a bit of a strange inquiry, but you wouldn't happen to be Holly, would you?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm looking for Patrick, and I heard that he's traveling with you.
How do you know Patrick?
We went to the same school together. My name is Celeste. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm an old friend.
Let me see if he's still around.
Oh no, please don't let me disturb your bath. It's a small enough place. I'm sure that I'll find him. Thank you.
You're welcome.
As you like sort of like go to lean up and stuff like that, the hedges are a little bit higher than they than to be able to see, but you can see that she's wearing kind of like almost like a wizard like hat over the top of them, and you can't see too much of their face and the like, but they seem to be dressed in like kind of robes rather than like leathers and armor. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a and no red, FYI. Just let's throw that in there. Absolutely no red. Not a scrap of it.
Crimson.
All right.
Do I actually know this person, or?
Well, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So. Here we go. Bear with me while I get this up. Okay. Dante, you are working on stuff. Merc, you are, sort of going and gathering Agnes to come and, tell the tale of what you had seen. Quinn, you are, what are you doing for the evening?
I'm going through my gear and wondering whether or not I should go roust Holly out of the bath so I can have a go.
Yep, sure. So you've probably gone and started on your belongings and the like. Patrick, there is a sound you hear nearby as you are being approached. And as you turn to see who is approaching, the figure causes you pause. Your heart sinks into your stomach. And what you see is this individual. A catfolk woman with a large-looking firearm who immediately turns their... Oh no, what have I done? Come back. Yeah,
Turns invisible, oh no.
Turns
You
invisible.
made everything go away.
There we go. Okay. With a large firearm, who turns around and turns to you and says,
You son of a bitch.
and aims her gun directly at you and fires. Make a reflex save.
Holy shots!
Psycho ex-girlfriend?
I don't know. Reflex save.
I don't know you.
Don't say that bit out loud. Shall I shoot you again?
It's a 36.
All right, with a 36, you duck as the bullet embeds into the wall behind you. As it does so, you realize who this is. This is Celeste Fontaine. Celeste Fontaine was a childhood friend. You two knew each other growing up. She was actually, her parents were friends with your parents. And when they would do their business things, you pretty much, in a similar way, had to had to kind of spend time with her throughout it. You remember lots of childhood dates and things like that, and you, having to be the gentleman, had to entertain her and, be the proper man while she had to be the proper lady. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened there. When you were children, however, she got into her head that she was going to marry you. One way or another, it was going to happen. And as a child, you kind of maybe surreptitiously said, sure, why not? Of course we will marry, yada, yada, yada. Now, she is the only one who took that deadly seriously. Even when you went off to school to go and study wizardry and stuff, she immediately pulled every string she had to go to the same school. She almost had the school blacklisted because they put you in separate classes. When all of this came down, and you ended up being framed and stuff like that, she never gave up on you. And the gun is new. The gun is very, very new. She never used to have a gun, but you notice at the end of her gun is what looks to be the fronds of a broomstick. As Celeste was in the witchcraft course of your spell academy. She cocks the gun and basically gets ready to fire it again.
Celeste, it's been a long time.
A long time. A long time is that all you have to say to me?
Yes?
She takes aim. You duck behind some cover. As she fires again. At this point, all of you can hear the commotion coming from the barn.
I'll mention volatile alchemical materials in here. Kindly don't shoot the bottles.
I'm gonna start heading towards the shed.
So what brings you out here, and how did you find us?
Always getting dressed.
I'll tell you,
as she said.
Seriously though, I'll stand up and put my hands up. I'm like, Celeste, what are you doing?
I'm serious about a bullet in your head.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, you kind of jumbled.
No, that's fine. So she basically, I'm gonna put the voice thing away. She says, I'm here to put a bullet in your head once and for all. How could you?
How could I what?
At this point, you all kind of come to the same area. You kind of like burst into the thing and can see this woman holding a gun to Patrick. Now, Patrick's surrendered, got his hands up and stuff like that.
How could I what?
As you say that, she falls to the ground and starts to cry. Just absolutely wail. Kind of like a tantrum kind of wail, like kind of just over the top. As she does so, she says, how could you leave me like that? She says, yeah, they said that you'd killed someone. They said that you murdered someone. And you didn't think to come and ask me for help? You just ran off on your own.
Celeste, it was really, I wasn't in the best frame of mind, and I wasn't necessarily thinking things through. I was framed for murder.
Yeah, you were framed for murder. And what, you thought that I was going to be like everyone else? You thought that I would just simply buy into it?
I didn't think at all. I had to get out because I had people actively hunting me down. My own family wasn't believing me.
But I'm not your family. I thought we were different.
I mean, Celeste, you're a great friend.
Bang! What? You make a reflex save.
Okay, I'll make it.
Quinn just settles in. She takes the imp out of her pocket, like taking it.
20 on that one.
Okay, nice. So Quinn, as you take out the tiny imp, the imp pulls out a big thing of like corn kernels, and you watch as he just sort of holds it and just, and then hands you this bucket of pumpkin.
Yeah, I just pop him on my shoulder, and we're trading snacks.
Yep, that's it.
I'm assuming I get hit with that.
Oh, with a 20? No, you dodge.
Okay.
Merc, sorry.
I was gonna say, when she shoots him, is there enough time for Merc to react and jump in the way?
Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, Merc will do that. He'll just jump in the way, knowing that he could take a bullet better.
All right.
Maybe two.
This is very funny, given that you've seen what the bullets do when Patrick shoots them.
Yes, but the difference is she's not Patrick.
She studied at the same.
True.
She studied at the same school as Patrick. She's basically
that
Patrick.
doesn't mean she'll be just as good as him.
Okay. All right, bear with me while I. Oh no, this isn't. Okay, I need to add those again. Sorry, bear with me while I. Oh no,
God, it's the girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like we should be in an elevator.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so Patrick will dodge out of the way again. And just like, Celeste, we were 10 when.
Do promises mean nothing to you?
I was 10. I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't think that was serious, and I'm happy to be your friend, but like I'm not really in a place for anything beyond that level of relationship with anyone right now.
All right. First of all, I need a reflex save from Mercutio, please. Yeah, this because you are getting hit by this, but yeah, we're gonna go through this. Yeah, so 24. Okay, that is not gonna be enough.
Not bad. It's not enough.
It is not enough. Let me see if it was a crit. It is not a crit. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, it left blood spatters.
It does. It leaves blood. Yeah, it leaves blood. Okay.
No, Patrick's just gonna get pelted with bone shard. Oh.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's too many. My bad. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay. All right. So, Merc, you are hit by the bullet. The bullet hits your armor, but it doesn't penetrate your armor. But as it does, it starts to spin. And as it spins, it begins to gain traction.
Oh.
As it does so, all of a sudden, there is this god-awful, explosive blast.
Oh no.
As it does so, you are repelled. And you are repelled a total of...
no.
You are repelled 40 foot back into the wall, through the wall, beyond the wall, and are now outside as she fires a massive telekinetic blast at you that sends you reeling.
Patrick's gonna drop his hand seeing that and just look at her like, that is really awesome. How did you do that?
She starts crying again. When you said that you were 10 and it didn't matter, she starts just bawling and crying. She drops her gun at this point. Both her hands are by her eyes, trying to stop her makeup from running down her face as she is just in tears.
Patrick is not really the best with social situations. This is why he finds himself in this situation here. And it's gonna walk over to her and just kind of get down on her level
She sort of shuffles a little bit and turns her back on you and starts to pout. And she's like still crying and just wiping her eyes.
Shoulder. Look, Celeste. Like I said, we've been friends our entire life. We've known each other our entire life, and you are really an important person to me. But as far as anything with anyone, any person, creature, anyone at all right now, I am not in a place to, I mean, look, you had to track me down at some random ranch outside of Korvosa because I've had to flee the city because we have a murderous queen and also a bunch of demons who are really not on, I'm not on their good side right now. And I'm getting ready right now to head off to the Cinderlands. I've been gone for a while.
She cries a little louder.
I mean, it's great to see. It really is. And I appreciate that you...
She says, but I wanted to see you. And you weren't there. Everything's been so terrible and so bad in this city. And...
I trust me, I know.
I was so worried about you. I kept hearing things. I kept hearing, about the disease and the demons and how you were fighting. And then I saw you with your new friends and just thought you just didn't need me anymore.
That's so,
Sorry, just real quick. By the way, this is hilarious because Patrick, aka, Twiff, had no idea this character even existed during all of those times. So this is just funny that you know what? No, I'm I'm just straight up giving you a hero point because you are leaning so hard into this, and I'm all for it. Just get a hero point. Well fucking done. All right, keep going.
Like, yes, I'm with these people right now. We came together, circumstances, and we're still together with circumstances because we're working together to fight against this. But that doesn't mean that I've forgotten about you, Celeste. It doesn't mean that you're not important to me anymore, or that we're never going to see each other again, or even that there's not any possibility of an actual future for us together. It's just right now.
She looks to you and she says, oh, sorry, who said wait?
That was Holly.
Okay, go on.
Holly's going to jump in and say, wait, we're just circumstances to you? I thought we were friends.
Wow.
No, circumstances brought us together, Holly.
Oh, great googly moogly. Quinn sits down with the imp.
The imp's like, this is fucking amazing. I got 2 gold that says she shoots him again.
I like nod and shake his hand. Yeah, well, I'll take that.
I'll take that action.
Agnes sits down next to Quinn and she's just like, I've got an 18-year-old daughter and I've never seen this much drama.
But so Patrick's trying to get back on track. Just because I'm with some other friends doesn't mean that you are not still my friend and you're not still important to me. But right now, the timing it's not right, Celeste.
She says, my parents, they're arranging a new marriage. I'm supposed to be engaged within the week.
Is that something you want?
She looks at you, looks deep into your eyes, and tries to see if there's even the spark of anything like real feelings for her.
So I think in this situation, Patrick is being honest. I mean, yes, they were 10, they're childhood friends. He hasn't really thought of her in the same devotion that she has with him.
Oh no, you wouldn't. This is all kind of been like a very par for the course element of your friendship. You know, like like there's no actual romance. It's more like, you know,
right,
like that delusion type thing. Yeah. For sure. The question is I guess, like, I think Patrick at this stage would be 50-50. One part is Patrick knows that this is the game, that she's just here happy to see you, and is playing. This is her version of playing. Dangerous though it may be, that's what it is. That's what you're very accustomed to. But also, in the same light, this could be a good opportunity for her family, for her to move on, and for her to get what she wants, which is she's always wanted to, you know, get married and have a family and do all that sort of stuff, you know, ever since they were kids, you know. So yeah, I guess it comes down to how you want, which direction you want to shape the story with Patrick, more than anything.
I think he probably cares for her very much as a friend, but not really beyond that. And it's played along because, you know, it's the game with them, but has never taken it too seriously. But also has not been shot by her before either.
Well, you've probably been shot.
To be shot.
Yeah. You've not been shot. You've not with a gun anyway. You've probably been shot at by spells and other things before. But yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm, you know, in a week's time, Celeste, I'm going to be in the Cinderlands. I'm going to be talking to the Shoanti tribes. I'm going to be still on the path to try and fix what's going on in our city. You have to think about what you really, really want. You'll always have me as a friend, no matter what choice you make. That's not going to change. But, you know, if this marriage is something that is going to work for you, then take it. If it's not, if you don't like the person, if you don't like the scenario, you tell your parents to fuck off. Point your gun at them instead of me.
She hears your words and stands up. As she does so, she kind of dries her eyes, and she gives you a relatively cold look. As she does, she says, "Fine, you're right. I hope that you do well on your journey with your new friends. And hopefully you'll be able to save the city from itself."
I hope so.
"And don't expect an invite to the wedding." She sort of stomps out. As she does so, she kind of walks between the sitting gallery of people, heading outside and away. As she walks past Mercutio, who's like in a big pile of like rubble that has been destroyed as he's like tumbled out.
He's just laid out flat, still
stunned. And Patrick's still trying to think it. Should I ask her how she did that?
But as she does so, she like looks at what looks to be a piece of paper. It is the writ of marriage, and she sort of crumples it up and drops it to the ground, and disappears into the woods. Merc, you're the only one who sees her do this.
Is it within grabbing distance, or will I actually have to like get up and grab it?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, you'd have to like crawl a little bit. You know, just yeah.
Yeah, Merc's gonna like roll over onto his chest and like crawl over and pick it up.
All right. As you do so, you see a letter that has been scrumpled up. It is a marriage proposal. It is often given to people who, you know, again, like, you know, hey, this is, you know, our intent. We'd like to marry your daughter, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as you unfold it from its crumpled state, You notice that you recognize the symbol almost immediately, as you have just spent a great deal of time staring at this symbol. It is the symbol of the Arconis family.
Very audibly, Mercs go, oh shit.
Oh shit, what, Merc?
Hey, buddy. Remember the Arconis?
Oh, how the people that we just, were in their dungeon yesterday? Earlier today?
Yeah, he holds up the piece of paper. That's who she's gonna marry.
Oh, fuck. Patrick's just...
As Vert slowly pushes himself up to his knees. He double checks himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go after.
I'm impressed.
Gonna have to go after. She's a friend.
At this point,
Patrick will Patrick will chase her down.
As you do so, you rush in that direction, only to see the back of a carriage heading back towards Korvosa.
Is there any way that I can stop that with anything that I know how to do?
Without shooting the driver? No, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think shooting the driver, then kidnapping her. Although she might like that.
I can shoot up into the air to try and get his attention.
All right, as you take your gun and aim it at the sky, you fire in order to try and sort of issue out a warning. The gun fires.
I'll add a little fire to it, see if it can make it do some firework explosion in the air.
Sure. As it does so, at the same time, there is a very, very loud from the storm clouds overhead, thunder cracking and crashing down. As she disappears down the road to Korvosa. Yeah. All right. Well, nonetheless, I'm sure that won't come back in any kind of way to bite y'all in the butt.
Certainly
not at all.
not.
Not at all. Nope. No
So
possible way.
So Patrick,
Agnes will say to Patrick though, it's like, well, I mean, I know the Arconis are a bit out there, but also they're probably the safest place in the city for her to be.
Yeah, probably. This is just a lot dumped on me right before we head off.
It's almost like I didn't even realize I had these things going on until...
Yeah, I mean, it's been a few years since I've seen her, and like I said, the whole let's get married thing. We were 10.
That's true. Yeah.
You're 10-year-old, and some girl says she wants to marry you. You're like, yeah, sure. I don't know what that means. I don't want to see her come to any harm. Honestly, though, I think she can definitely hold her own. Sorry about that, Mark. You didn't have to jump into the way, but I do appreciate the sentiment.
If you did this much to me, you'd be in pieces.
Actually, Patrick, you realize it'd be best for you to say yes, that would be the case, not realizing as well that you'd actually dodged it before he jumped into the way.
I'll keep that to myself. I appreciate you sacrificing yourself for me. That's and Holly, yes, you're my friend. Circumstances brought us together. Not I'm just here because of circumstances. That's how everyone makes friends. Circumstances.
That's not how it sounded to me. Now my feelings are hurt too.
Oh, please
Well-
don't shoot him. I can't take another bullet today.
Yeah. You know, here, and he hands her an alchemist fire. You can throw this at me if it's going to make you feel better.
I won't throw it, but I'll keep it. We can be friends again.
Okay. I need a drink.
The only way to a woman's heart is high yield explosives.
I mean, it's a pretty good way to help.
In Patrick's case, apparently so. Yeah, Patrick's gonna go find a bottle of whatever is available in the farmer's house. Whiskey, brandy.
Oh, it's
moonshine,
bourbon.
doesn't care.
This is a bourbon household.
All right, bourbon is
Bourbon
is
household.
definitely good.
Perfect.
You know,
All right.
He looked like a bourbon guy.
Sounded like a bourbon guy.
He sounded like a bourbon.
All right. Well, as you grab your bourbon and settle down for the evening, Merc fills you in on the details of his vision that he had during his small passage through the veil. Merc, how much do you tell them and how much do you conceal, if anything?
You know, Merc has come to trust these people. I mean, he literally just took a bullet for Patrick, or so he thinks. He didn't know that Patrick would have dodged. But he understands that these people are trustworthy. That if Marcus trusted them, he can trust them as well. So he will be completely forthright with them. Tell them everything he remembers from the vision.
All right. This includes the following. That he remembers a battle against the dragon. He remembers a hero being the one who led the army of Last Wall against this giant blue dragon. Its power over over undeath and the like, and it's just the evil permeating from it was unlike anything he'd experienced before. And he remembers the flash of light that came before his memories end of the past. He also recounts the fact that through the veil of death, he was approached and spoke with Urgathoa, which you all know to be the goddess of undeath. And in his speech to attempt to defy Urgathoa, all he did was reinforce the doctrines of Urgathoa, that life is never enough, that he is never done, that he will fight until the end, which is exactly what Urgathoa wants. Undeath is not just a curse. It's not a necromantic you suddenly arise. It is the reason why Urgathoa is the goddess of gluttony as well as undeath is because it's about not having enough, not knowing when to stop, not knowing how to restrain yourself. In this particular case, not wanting to die, and being able to do anything in order to return, played into her doctrine, and she's now seen favor in Merc. And what that means could be anything, but for now, Merc's heart holds firm and true to Iomade and his service to the righteous way. Sound about right?
Yep.
Sweet. All right. You all rest and recuperate. Aside from a few dings on Merc's armor, you will awaken ready to begin. Yeah, easily remedied. That was almost half your hit points with that shot, by the way.
Yeah, that was 39.
Pretty up there.
Even if it was both fire and piercing, that still was only 35.
Oh no, it was force.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, that was straight. Yeah.
Yeah, that was full.
Nice. All right. All right. Now, the next morning, the sound of the ranch awakens you. You hear the rooster crowing in the morning as you arise and prepare your journey to leave. As you get ready to leave, shh, freaking loud-ass birds. Is that still loud for you guys?
Not anymore.
Okay, there we go. Now, as you all prepare to leave, Venkalo comes and speaks to Holly. Holly, we haven't really spoken very much since you came and visited us in my training house. But I was wondering, you are from the fairy courts.
Yes, that's right.
You are not the first visitor I've had from such a place. It has been some time since I was visited by one of your kind, but there was something that they left as a somewhat of a gift. I have long since learned to never accept gift from the fairy kind, but they left it behind, and I have been seeking an opportunity to return it. I don't suppose that I could give this to you, and in hopes that perhaps you might make some use of it.
Oh, yes, and that's very smart. Some of my relatives are not very nice. Thank you very much.
He hands to you a jacket wreathed in shadows. This is the Vest of Anko. Now, the Vest of Anko has a very particular ability, and that is when you cast a spell, you may cast it doubled with a phantasm effect. Effectively, what it'll do is when you cast a spell, it casts a second version of that spell with a will save, and if they succeed their will save, nothing happens. If they fail their will save, however, whatever effect the spell has, the phantasm spell has as well, meaning you could effectively double up on your spell abilities.
Nice.
This is usable a number of times per day equal to your charisma modifier. Minimum
that would
one.
Be 4.
Yep. So there you go. You can use 4 times per day. Also, yes, men and women are both witches in Pathfinder. She was just a witch because she had an aptitude for curses and hexes. And yes, there is no warlock. Dante.
Hello.
You were approached by Jagar, the stable person. All right, well, you and your friends are pretty ready to go, but Dante, I gotta say, you know, I know we didn't get a chance to shoot the shit, you know, too much yesterday, but you know, I just wanted to say I heard about what happened to your friend, and you know, my condolences and all that.
Yes, I've been trying to find what I could to seek closure.
Yeah, no, closure's very important, you know. It's kind of one of the reasons why I moved out here, you know. Like, after Amy gone up and left me, I decided that, you know, being in the city just wasn't right for me, and I'm sure you understand that better than most. But, you know, I've always have enjoyed the wilds, the wilderness, everything from around, you know, just being, I don't know, being the right way, the natural way, you know. Yeah, anywho, look, I got something for you. Consider it just a gift from me to you. He reaches down and pulls out what looks to be a clasp, and he hands it to you. He says, "Now, you know, when I first started settling here, a couple of druid folk they done helped me with clearing out the land and stuff like that. But they left behind one of these little badges things here. Told me that if I ever needed them, that I could, you know, give this the old squeeze and, you know, I'd get some help." He hands you the clasp. Figure if you're going on a journey to try and save the city and, you know, all that, might be coming in handy. The Shoanti can be a fierce enemy if you're not careful, and, well, that there might be a good little tiding for you heading up that ways.
Thank you.
Now, what he hands you... Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say he was gonna look it over.
He hands you what appears to be a clasp of the wilds. A clasp of the wilds allows you to transform your body into an animal, but you may also keep the items that you are wearing, or any item that the clasp is attached to, in your other form. So if you attach it to your armor, you transform into a bear who is wearing whatever armor you are wearing. Likewise, if you have magic items or weapons or whatever, it will translate that to when you transform to having a appropriate weapon. If you have, like, say, a sword, it'll have like a guard that'll, a hilt that'll fit into your teeth so that you can hold it. Or if you're a bird, it might attach it to your wing or whatever. You know, like it finds a way to fit.
I just heard Merc randomly whisper "swordbird."
He did. Sword. I mean, look, there are axe beaks. We've been there. All right. And lastly, Neolandus approaches Agnes. I still have your message that you have for your friend back in the city. I'll be sure to get it to them.
Oh, right, yes, thank you very much.
I also have to say that I think what you're doing is, well, very brave. Not many people would put themselves in such harm's way for their city, and the journey itself is going to be treacherous.
Aye.
Apologies, I don't mean to question your resolve. He smiles.
Oh, not at all.
He salutes you.
It's just, well, it's been a long time since I've been out here. Well, out there.
Well, I'm sure wherever you travel, the stars of Desna will guide you.
Yes. You know, yes, they will.
He smiles and makes his way through. Quinn. Venkalo, before you leave, approaches you once more as well. But before he does so, he is interrupted.
Oh no! Yes.
All right. One moment. Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right. As all of a sudden, a swirling vortex gathers around your person.
Around me?
Yes.
Okay. Sure, vortex. Everyday event.
And as it does so, a blue smog begins to emerge. As a ghostly figure erupts from a deck of playing cards. As you see the ghost of Zilara appear before you. Neolandus, Venkalo, and Jagan are all caught off guard. As they're like, what in the nines? As you all are not surprised by this figure. My friends, it is good to see you yet again.
It is, Laura.
You are...
Time.
Yes, it has. Though I have been with you this whole time, I'm aware of the situation you find yourself in. I have some rather grave news. My powers that have been protecting you are growing weaker. Sorry, you were saying? I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. I'm just processing the fact that you've been protecting us.
Well, as best I can. I mean, again, I am dead. But, but nonetheless,
Patrick's trying not to make the obvious joke.
Shush.
But nonetheless,
I can relate to that.
Some of you have been enjoying the blessings, and I'm here to give you one more, while I still have the power within the city to do so. The further you travel, the less I will be able to help, until you return. So I figure this is time, at least, for one last harrow.
Oh, good.
All right.
Thank you.
So, for the harrow for this leg of our adventure is going to be... Let's see. This harrow is the... bloody blarg.
I would like to note Dante would had 2 extra tails on him.
History of Ashes. Strength. All right. Yep. So this is the hammer. All right. You're faced with numerous situations that will deal with might and muscle. Therefore, the harrow is being shuffled and spread. Each of you will get 1 card from this list. Roll a d20, and the highest will get to go first.
It's definitely not me.
All right. Can I get Dante and Patrick to re-roll, please? All right, so Dante will go before Patrick, but our first order is Mercutio.
Oh. You know what? Let's just go right for the middle.
All right. The middle. The Cyclone.
I don't like that.
All right. The Cyclone. All right, is the Chaotic Evil Strength card. A force that tears through whatever it meets. This disaster does not come in the course of natural order, but one that comes from the plots of intelligent beings. It signifies war, arson, or events that destroy everything they touch. That is the Cyclone. You gain a bonus. Now, as you guys know, the Harrow points, which are these cards, can be spent on the following. These are strength-based checks. Blah, 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 blah. You can spend a point to be treated as one size category larger for grapples, wielding weapons, lifting objects, etc., 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 or determining if monsters can eat you. Don't worry about that last one.
I'm worried about it.
And your card will give you bonuses, give you a reroll against the battle against Havero is his name. Havero. Please make a note of that. All right. Who's next? It is Agnes.
Okay, I just get the screen off. Top right.
Top right. All right. This is the Beating.
Oh, lovely.
The Beating is a neutral evil strength card that signifies the coming under attack from all sides, but can also indicate the dissolution of the self mentally. Whether the strength of the flesh or the mind, it dissolves under a relentless attack. Misaligned, it shows that during the assault you find undiscovered strength. And it is in the lawful good spot, so yeah, it is very misaligned. So that's good. Now, for you, your ability will proc during the battle involving Tisharu or Cordetra. I will write these down because I will forget. So hold on. First one was
2 specific people.
Havero. And then Laura is Tisharu or Cordetra. There we go. All right. Next up is...
Me.
Yes it is. Holly.
Top left, please.
Top left. The bear. All right. The bear is the neutral strength of pure strength. People often mistake thinking the bear can be tamed or trained. When sometimes they believe the bear is under control, they learn the error of their ways. Brute force may be required here, but the consequences of its use may be severe. All right, that is the bear, and that is your battle against Cindermore.
Got it.
All right. Next up is Dante.
Go with middle right.
Middle right. That is the Paladin. The Paladin is lawful good and symbolizes standing strong in the face of adversity. The Paladin does not back down under any circumstance. This card indicates the need to stay the course or do what you know is right, even if it takes the heavy toll. If misaligned, such course may be foolhardy. It is indeed misaligned. There you go. Actually, no, is it misaligned? Lawful good? It is neutral good. So no, it is not. It's partially aligned. So yeah. All right, and the Paladin gives you a bonus against all conflicts dealing with the Shoanti warrior named Krojan Eats What He Kills.
He sounds delightful.
I
Doesn't
know.
Sound like a great guy.
It sounds very straightforward and matter of fact, fellow.
I wonder what his deal is.
Yeah, I wonder.
I bet
think-
he needs baskets.
He's definitely the basket weaver for sure. All right, Padraig, you're up next.
Let's go for a diagonal. Well, you know, let's go for middle left.
Middle left. The Fiend.
Oh.
The Lawful Evil Strength card depicts a devil swallowing innocent people. It can indicate the deaths of many or a great calamity, if misaligned, starvation from the same disaster. The Fiend can also indicate a sinister intelligent creature in the area endangering the population. For the Fiend, that is your battle against the Mother of Thorns.
Okay.
All right. And last but not least, Quinn.
I think I would like lower left, please.
Lower left.
Yep.
That is the Forge. The lawful neutral strength card evokes strength through diversity of materials and tradition. The blacksmith represents those who can survive supernatural trials by fire, but the Forge's fire is so strong it may burn others to cinders instead. The card often represents a dangerous event which requires many sources of strength to overcome. And for you, the Forge is any battle which occurs in the Maiden's Nursery. All right. And those are your hero cards. For those of you who want to know what the other ones for the strength suit are, we have Big Sky. We have the Uprising. And the Keep. So there you go. Those are the other three. All right. I'm actually really glad that I bought the Harrow deck expansion for Fantasy Grounds. It's so good.
It's nice, yeah.
Makes it a lot more interactive.
It does, and I very much like that. All right. So, Zilara says, with these fortunes, what I can say is this. There'll be many trials that will lay ahead of you. But Work together. And do not be afraid to brute force your way through a few of them. And these trials should be able to come to bear. But be careful. For great power often comes with great consequence. She says, one last time, safe travels, my friend. Farewell. And I will see you when you return to the city. And she disappears in a mist. All right.
Travels, Laura.
You do still have her harrow cards, like this is how she like anchors herself. But like she's obviously anchored to the city because her goal is to protect the city. All right. Given everything that you now have and everything that you now need, you are bestowed upon which several horses. These horses are glorious and well suited for travel across the hinterlands. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you will need to travel some distance. Let's see, yada yada yada. You are wished luck. The actual journey to the Cinderlands should pass relatively quickly. The easiest way to navigate the towering cliffs that separate Varisia from the Cinderlands is to pass through the anarchic city of Keamaga. It is a city of strangers built together by people who have settled in in kind of the remnants of an ancient empire that has long since been destroyed. If anyone has any magic such as teleportation or flight, yes, anyone? Nope.
I fly.
I can fly, but not for a very long time.
Okay. Then yes, you are not going to be able to fly there to shorten your distance. Cool. So you will be traveling for a short time through the hinterlands, and then eventually coming to Keamaga. Let's see if I've got a map of Varisia. All right, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful map. Let me share this with you guys, and do feel free to save it as well if you guys would like.
Also to note,
Yes.
teleport is a 6th level spell.
Very well. Okay. So, I'm just trying to know where I need to be.
So these horses will be able to carry someone in full plate, correct?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so right now you guys are in the city of Korvosa, which I have marked on the map. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. All right. Your travel will take you up to either Crystal Rock, which is a landmark, or Haas, which is a small river city. Which would you like to go to? Hey, welcome in, David. How you doing? Hope you are doing well. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Catchy Cantrips. Wonderful group, wonderful friends of the channel. Go check them out. All right. Where would you like to go? Crystal Rock or Haas?
What were the two like again?
Yeah, can you show us where they are?
Haas is here.
Ah, got it.
Yep. And Crystal Rock is here.
And Harsh is a city. Crystal Rock is
just a
just a rock made out of crystals.
But yeah, basically it's like a quarry of crystals and stones and stuff like that. Let me move this a place.
Yeah,
I
think Harsh is a better bet.
What do you guys think? Agnes?
I mean,
I think crystals sound pretty.
It looks like Crystal Rock can get us there faster.
I was just thinking that if we discover we need anything else, Haas will give us perhaps a limited opportunity to acquire anything.
True.
Do I know anything about any of these places?
Make a society check.
Society check. So, and of course, I have dubious knowledge, so I'll learn something. I just won't know if it's actually useful or not. But that's 23.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, yeah. So here's what you know about Hars. Hars is a gateway between Korvosa and the seaward settlements. The river allows for passage of trade to go to and from the city as well as out to the sea. The town is built on a narrow strip of land in the Samhain and Falcon rivers, so it kind of runs just kind of like there-ish, like almost like a small island. It is predominantly a good town. It has about 800 people in it. And they worship Aristil while there. You know that there are 2 grocers, 2 taverns, but that is about it. And most of the inhabitants don't actually live in the village properly, but have isolated farms and ranches that spread across the countryside here. Think of it more like a farmer's market town, more than anything else.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So it's sort of like it's a trade hub essentially, where people from around will bring their goods to send either to Korvosa or off towards the seaward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
are we feeling harsh?
I think
Yeah.
if we, that's going to be a better place to resupply, just given the nature of the place it is.
It would be a good idea, and then we could go for a more direct route.
Right.
All right. So from Hars, we're then going to be looking at where you're going next. Now, you definitely do not want to go to Yanderhof. Yanderhof is a giant settlement, and they beat the shit out of people.
Wow.
Yep, you just straight up do not wish to go there. But basically where you can go next is you can either go to Abkin, which is another small town, or you can go to Sirathu, or you can take a boat from Abthin to Sirathu.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, just looking at the map.
Yeah, taking the boat would be a good idea. Because we could then just continue with the boat if we need to.
All right. Okay, done and done. After which, just following the river from that point, Abdon up to Sirathu, which then will take you very comfortably to your destination in Kaya Maga. All right, we now have our plotted course. Now, from Kaya Maga, this is pretty much where we find ourselves, literally at the gates to the Cinderlands. Extra points for who remembered where you got told to go.
Ergelin? Or was it Spindlehorn?
I thought it was Guildspur.
Cole's Crossing.
No. Close.
I don't know, there were skulls involved with the tribe.
That's fair. They're the Skull Clan. And they are... Where are they? Let me have a look. I've got the little map here. Let's see. The Skull Clan are in the Mindspun Mountains, which are this way.
So we would go to Mundate?
Let's see. What is Mundate? Is Mundate where I need to go?
That's part of that mountains.
Let's have a look. Mundate. No, you don't need to go to Moon Estate. There's a secret area in that region that you would need to travel to. But in essence, yes, you just got to kind of head towards the Mindspun Mountains, and you should find the clan over there. All right, there we go. We have our map. We have our directions. Let's see. How long is that going to take? That's going to take 120. Let's say about 250 miles. Pathfinder travel calculator. Hell yeah, there it is. Okay, so 250 miles on horseback will take you. What's 250 divided by 40? That is 6.2. So that'll take you about a week. So just a little shy of 7 days. No, according to movement on Pathfinder, if you have a horse, it is 40 miles per day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just measuring with the distance thing of how long it would be, or how far it would be for 120 miles.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well,
makes it slightly easier.
Yeah, it does make it slightly easier. All right. So we have a bearing. We have how long it's going to take us. You have enough supplies to get you to Harse easily enough. But from there, you will need to... Well, I mean, we're not going to play that game where, you have to, micromanage all this stuff. But we are going to have a bunch of encounters.
I mean, until we get to Cinderlands, Dante can just do hunting.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be doing hunting. We're going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff. But yeah, look forward to all that. But guys, that brings us to the end of today's game. And it was a fun little prelude to our adventure in the Cinderlands. I hope you guys had a great time. I know I did. I'd like to also give a shout out and thank you to everyone who donated and who gave us all the bits that got us on the hype train. Very much appreciated. You guys are incredible. And of course, a huge and massive thank you to OG Lava Kitten for the donation of Celeste, the childhood friend of Patrick. Not only has it added a great drama to the to the scene, but a new motivation, I think, maybe for Patrick when he returns to the city to try and get his childhood friend out of trouble.
Indeed.
All right. We are going to go in a raid. Easy. We're going to go and raid Robert Hartley. Our dear friend Rob is currently streaming some Baldur's Gate, so we're going to go and spend some time with him. But guys, thank you so much once again for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!
Bye.
Bye-bye.